Hey everybody, I am so glad that y'all are tuning in. I had a little technical difficulties with my cell phone, so I'm here. I'm gonna have my guest, which is the stretch boss, and I'm waiting for her now. And so we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Hi. So we're waiting now. Was wassalamu alaikum, if I said it right. To Malik. Wa alaikum salam. I guess I said it right. All right, so we're gonna have Stretch Force. She will be on with us right now. And hold on, people. Okay. Let's see here. Getting the mind and body right. Hey!
Hey,
How you
what's
doing?
up? How you doing?
Great, great. So, I had a little technical difficulty, so I was a little, a minute and a half late.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the car, and I had to pull on over. But, okay, hold on, let's see. So, I definitely would say, I want to introduce you to the world.
Hello, world.
To the world. You're doing a great job as being a special recovery specialist.
Yes, that is correct.
I want to make sure I said it right.
Yes.
And so right now, let us know exactly what you do,
Okay.
so they can understand in your you know what I mean.
In my terminology.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, I'm actually a licensed physical therapist assistant. So I work in rehab. And what I did was my rehab expertise in being in rehab for over 5 years. I kind of took all my certifications, all my skills, and then I meshed it into recovery specialist. So I basically take everything that I've learned within the past 6, 7, 8 years and kind of meshed it all into one.
Ah, okay. Yes, because we know you do it, and we also know you do a lot of athletes as well as people.
Yes.
I mean, everyone.
I work on athletes. I work on people who are in chronic pain. I'm usually, when it's your average Joe, I'm usually the last resort. So that person comes to me when they've gotten chiropractic, they've gotten rehab, acupuncture, pain management. The last resort, I think, is surgery. And they'll usually come to see me before they do that. And, I help them out.
Got you. Got you. Now, I also wanted to get on the topic too, on right now, and it's just the world is in quarantine at the
I
moment.
know.
What how when you're how can you cope with this? I know a lot of people when you have anxiety, your muscles can tighten up, or your mind can run wild, and next thing you know, you just your body, because your body reacts to how you
Yes.
what you think, your mind, and you start thinking a certain way. So, what can you do to still be aligned, if you want to say, or
So the number one thing with this COVID-19 is actually everyone's stressing out over it, right? No one knows how do you get it. You could get it from anywhere. You could have it and not know you have it. So stress is the number one killer in America. So, and it actually decreases your immune system because your body does not know um, stress if it's coming from an outside source, if it's coming from a mental source. All it knows is stress is stress. We're going to read it
right?
the same across the board. because you can get stressed working out, right? You're working out, you have a weight on your back, you're squatting. That's considered a form of stress on your body. Cortisol levels go up, things like that. But your body doesn't know the difference. All it knows is mentally you're stressed out. So
Gotcha.
it could be read either way. So what I've been doing, and I've delved in it a little bit more now that we're all home and we have a
Right.
lot of time on our hands, is meditating, and try to take time out to work on your breathing, deep breathing exercises, taking 15-20 minutes just to sit there, calm down, meditate, and just realign yourself, because that's going to help your immune system. It's going to lower your blood pressure. It's going to lower your anxiety levels, and then that's going to help boost your, as opposed to you being high strung here. Now when you have anxiety, your cortisol levels go up, your hormones, everything's all out of whack, and then your immune system is low because it's trying to fight off something else.
Exactly. Somebody said that's good advice, and he will do it. Great, TJ Stickerbush. Great. Yes, definitely. Um, Now there's since these PT, which is the physical therapy offices.
Yes.
A lot of people begin, have had car accidents. Like myself, I've had 7. Listen, not my fault. I've been rear-ended.
Okay.
Okay. So and T-bone, but and people with car accidents, things of that sort. What now they can't go to the therapy office, physical
Yeah.
therapy. What can they do if they have a herniated disc or any? I know you had put one up for shoulder,
Mhm.
which I had a labrum tear shoulder a tear in my shoulder. So I actually did that on the wall, girl. Thank you. Good work. Yeah. Yes. And so how can you really, like, what are the things to do with your back? I mean, I know there's some things that you can do. Maybe sit on the wall, put your butt to the wall, legs up straight. I don't
Yes.
know.
So I did a video on that too. So with that, you have to self-diagnose. Everybody thinks it's complicated to diagnose back problems, but one, herniated
Uh-oh.
disc or bulging disc,
Right.
there's a bunch of people who walk around with bulging and herniated disc, and they're asymptomatic. They have no pain. So a lot of the times when you have back pain, it's usually the tissue around the herniated disc. It might be the disc bulge, might be bulging out where it's pressing against a nerve, and that's another issue. But a lot of times you can have a herniated or a bulging disc and not even know. So what you can do to see if you are flexion or extension intolerant. So flexion is when you're sitting down in a chair, like you're in
Okay.
flexion, so you're sitting down. Extension is when you arch your back, when you stick your butt out and then you have that arch. That's
Okay. Got that.
extension.
And everybody got that arch, honey. Everybody got that
Yeah.
arch. You know what I mean?
So what you
Uh-huh.
can do is, if you're sitting in your chair, you want to grab the edge of the chairs and actually think about pressing down into the chair. Like if you're going to slump down, it's called a slump test. So
Mm-hmm.
don't arch your back, just slump, just let it. And if you have more pain doing that, then that lets me know that you're flexion intolerant. So some of the exercises that we have to do, you're going to go the opposite way. Because if it hurts sitting down, then I need you to stand up and arch your back, and that's going to give you a sense of relief. So those are exercises that you can do. You would go through extension exercises as opposed to flexion.
Got you. And these are the things that people can do, period, right? Just while
Period.
they're home
Just
because they're not out running around now. It's like they're sitting up a lot, they're reading,
hmm
they're
If
sitting
you're
at the
having
computer.
muscle spasms, you can put heat on it. I'm not a big fan of cold. You could put ice on it, but that's only if, like, let's say you were moving something around in your house and all of a sudden you pull the muscle that day.
Right.
At that particular moment, yes, you can ice it, but I would only ice it for maybe about a half hour or so, and then I would just leave it alone and let it do its thing, and then the next day apply heat. Because what happens is when people put ice on stuff a lot, you're preventing the body's way of healing, the natural way of its healing itself. So when you have swelling or inflammation, it's actually a good thing because your body's rushing all the nutrients and blood flow to the area. Sometimes sometimes it does too good of a job and then it swells up and everybody gets scared. but you want to have that stuff there because that's what's going to repair or heal the area. So when you put ice on it, it makes it stagnant, and now it's not getting what it needs because everything, it'll start to vasoconstrict. So everything will get tight. And so all that blood flow, all the nutrients, they're not getting into the area like it's supposed to. And then what happens is you actually prolong your recovery process. It actually takes longer than it's supposed to.
Got you. Okay. And how long did it take for you to learn all this good stuff?
So I've always been into fitness. So I did powerlifting for 3 years. I went to school. I went to Montclair State for a year, and I was going for nutrition at one time.
Really?
Yeah, and then I got into the car business, and I started making good money. I was like, "Oh, I don't need to go to school." So then I never went back because I was in the car business for 10 years,
Got it.
and I got laid off. And then well, actually, I got fired. I got fired for the first time in 10 years.
Okay.
And I went to collect unemployment, and I had my personal trainer certification. So I was like, you know what? Let me do a little side hustle while I'm collecting unemployment. Let me get my personal trainer, you
Of
know.
course.
So I talked to a family friend. He owned a gym, and he gave me 3 clients. And then he's like, I'm going to give you 3 clients to start. Then after that, you on your own. And I started training people again, and I started to realize that people were really messed up. Like they can't do a squat, they couldn't do lunges, or we would get done with a routine, and they would say their back hurts, or, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
So I started to do my own research. So in
Mhm.
that, in my own fitness journey, obviously you want to learn how to take care of yourself so you don't injure yourself while you're working out. So I always would look at the mobility side, the stretching side, things to prevent me from getting hurt. And then I started using that with my clients as well. And they started liking that portion of the like of the workout rather than the actual workout itself because they were pain free. They're like, oh, well, can you do that stretch on me again? Because the last time you did it, my back didn't hurt. So
You're like,
then
wait a minute, thing.
yeah, exactly. So somebody saw me working on them, and they were like, what do you like? You're doing rehab. You should go to school for rehab. So I went to unemployment. I asked them if they paid for me to go back to school. They paid for my first 2 years. They gave me an extension at the time, and that was that. So
Wow.
yeah, I like to say it's like a combination of everything that kind of led me to that moment. Like
Gotcha.
my mom always tells me, like, I always knew you were going to do something in the health field because since I was young, like I always watched what I ate. I worked out. I tried to compete in bodybuilding at one time. Then I went to powerlifting. And then, so like I always was like in the mix somewhere doing something. And
Got you.
so I kind of like when I my first day of school, actually rehab, that was like I found my purpose. The light bulb went off, the hairs on my arms were standing
It
up.
was.
I was like, this is what I was meant to do. Like this is it. Like I
This is it.
found, yeah. And I would say, like, even when I was in school, a lot of my classmates, you have to do your own research, right? You can't, because when you go to school, when you go to PTA school or PT school, they just teach you enough to pass the state boards. So
Right.
they don't have the latest and greatest stuff out there. They don't know what's new or what's up and coming. So I was always like researching, okay, I'm learning this, but what's above that? What's the next step? Like, how can I take
Right.
that further? And that was just something that was in me. And I think that's for anybody. Like, once you find your purpose or something you're really interested in, you're always going to research and try to perfect your craft or try to find something new, try to find something that's going to make it better. So it's just
Right.
like, it, it's a combination and everything. I mean, the overall school took me 3.5 years, but I don't think it's just the school itself. I think
Mhm.
it's just a combination of just me, everything, my whole life experience of dealing with bodybuilding, dealing with powerlifting. Got thank knock on wood, I never
Right. Right.
got
Right.
injured,
Right.
but
Right.
just researching stuff on my own. I was always reading and stuff like that, so it was kind of easy for me when I got in school. I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Right.
All this stuff I already pretty much know it. I just need a piece of paper to tell me.
Hun-
that
Right. Right. Now, there's a question here, and it said, there was a question. It said, did you major in it? What
it
did you major in? It
so
wasn't
I
PT.
it so you major in what is it, exercise science, You can major in exercise science, but then you have a PTA degree.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I'm learning. Okay, okay. Good question. Good question. Old moonshine. Oh, oh moonshine. Oh. Um, but yeah, Beauty Style Fitness says she loves it. Oh, he loves it.
Oh,
Excuse me. I think it's a he.
beauty.
Beauty,
I
Beauty
think it's a
Style.
he. Yes. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now, and this time, like, I have a question. So when I do my interviews, what is your do you do the ohms,
The
the
Om.
ohms meditations, and
Or what's my style of meditating?
yeah.
So I have two. So right now, um, I don't know if you read the Seven Spiritual Principles to Success. Have you read that yet?
By David, was it? No, it can't
Bok,
be by.
no, Bok Choy or Bok Chow or something like that.
Okay, I probably ran through a book like that here and there. I'll be reading through some pages, honey. I don't do
Yeah.
the whole books, but
So
okay.
he has one where you meditate and it's just completely silent. So you become more aware of what's like you try to just empty everything out and just become more aware of the sounds. So like in the morning I'll meditate with that and I'll kind of listen to the birds chirping,
Okay.
and just try to look for different sounds and try to focus on that. And then in the evening, I'll meditate again and then I work on my breath. So I work on, in, out, and just focus on my breath. I'll have meditation music too, but I'll try mainly just to focus on my breathing.
So okay.
Yeah, and that kind of puts me to sleep.
Ah, okay. And that will help with this anxiety, what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Basically, when people, and we have
Yeah.
got you. And there's another question from O Moonshine O. Um, what is better for lumbar pain and shoulder pain, cupping or acupuncture?
Oh, see, that's a hard one. Um, I would say cupping. I'm a big fan of cupping. Acupuncture is good. You just have to find the right acupuncturist. I don't do acupuncture, but I do work with acupuncturists in the clinic. And a lot of times, what I find acupuncture is good for more anxiety, depression, things of that nature, trying to relax. Um, I haven't found it successful as far as like if you have a shoulder injury or if you have a knee injury or somebody has back pain. You have to find a really good one, like a really good acupuncturist who knows what they're doing to actually alleviate some of that. But I know cupping, once you get cupping, that alleviates it right away. If you're looking for fast results,
Got you.
it's hard to find a good acupuncturist. So my dad had acupuncture a couple of years back, and he suffers from severe herniated disc in his spine. He has arthritis too.
Oh,
Um, and he only had one guy that did an acupuncturist, and I don't know what happened to the guy. I think he moved, but that one guy actually alleviated some of his back pain. But
really?
but he hasn't found anybody since to do it, like since that one guy. So it's hard.
Oh, wow.
You gotta find the right one.
Okay.
But cupping for sure, I know
Cup.
does alleviates it right away.
Got you. And what about, we have another one from Malik. Is meditation daily, um, is meditation daily routine thing for you, or is it
It
every?
has, since I've been home, it has. Yeah. I would meditate on and off, but again, now that we're home, we have a lot of time to,
Where
focus
else
on,
can right?
and
Exactly.
so I've been doing it on a daily. First thing in the morning, I do my morning gratitude. Thank God, for just everything, just for breathing. And then I
Right,
meditate. And
honey.
yeah, and then I do the same thing at night now. So I try to meditate twice a day.
Okay, twice a day. So everyone's getting this. If you have any questions for her, I know a lot of people. Some of y'all might be going through some pain, or you might have, and some of y'all know on here are bodybuilders.
Mhm.
Some of y'all work out heavy a lot now that you're home. Um, after y'all finish eating your big heavy fattening meal, I know about that. Okay, so y'all have any questions for her? Definitely ask. And how to keep you sane and calm at the moment while all of this is going on. I heard that they extended the time, of course.
Someone told me that too. It's May
May
15th.
15th.
Yeah, girl, May 15th. They did last night, I think, or the day before they announced it.
Yes, the
And
bear.
someone told me today that I think last night they might be shutting everything down for 2 weeks. Like no supermarkets, no post office.
Girl, I got my beans. I got my beans. Wait.
Because the person I know works at the post office, and he said last night they told him that they might just shut down the post office too, like everything, just for 2 weeks,
Oh
because
my God. Well,
there's a lot of people in the post office that are sick, that they're popping up with the coronavirus, and they're touching the mail and all that stuff. So just be careful, you guys, when you get your mail. Spray it down with the Lysol. Pick it up with some gloves. Let it air out before you open it up.
facts. Yes. So everybody, y'all getting that information from here.
Yeah, because
Post office.
he works for the post office, and he said a lot of people they've been coming up sick with the virus, and
Oh
they're
man.
touching stuff. I mean, they try as much as they can to wear their gloves and their protective gear, the PPE, but you never know. People
If you're
don't.
touching somebody's mail with gloves, and then you touch somebody else's mail with gloves, and other
Exactly.
thing, it just goes on. Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody, call your credit card companies too. Tell them, and also your banks. If y'all don't know about the banks, call
Yes.
your banks and tell them do not. You say you want to sign up with their COVID-19 program, where you don't get any bank fees charged to your account.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
one to
but you
let that
gotta
be.
call because they don't do it automatically.
Yeah, you have to call them and let them know
Yeah.
to make sure that they're on it, so you won't get charged that monthly fee that you normally get charged.
Hmm.
Also lower your interest rates, and also you can put your credit cards at a either standstill or pay $10 a month right now if you want. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. So we're just gonna give that. We gotta give it to the people. You
Yeah.
know,
No.
give the info.
What? Because no one
And
else is gonna tell them.
right. And then we have another question. I've done both cupping and acupuncture. I'm still suffering a bad lower back pain, and both shoulders are hurting as well. I also done PT for shoulders, but I'm still messed up. What can I do?
Okay. Well, I got to see what's wrong first. Like, what's your diagnosis?
You want to DM her?
Yeah.
You know, she does consultations. So DM her. You have her information. She's tagged on
Yeah.
here. The
And I
stretch
don't know what
boss.
kind of cupping you have, because sometimes you'll get cupping and people will just put the cups on you and just leave you there. The way I do my cupping is different. So I make people move with the cups on. It's painful, but it gets the job done. And
Oh,
this is the thing. Usually when people come to see me, they usually get about 80 to 90% better within the first visit. So my goal is to try to get you better within the first visit. That's my goal. So you don't have to keep coming back. If you come to me, it's just for maintenance, and you come to see me once a month. That's the difference. When you go to PT, they want you to come 3 times a week, which is cool because I do PT too. And you have maintenance and you have exercises that you can do, and I try to provide you with that at the end of the session. But my goal is to have you pain free and moving within the first session.
all right. If y'all seen that video when Champ done fell, she done put them together.
Yeah.
If y'all know Indio
What it,
Champ, so at the end of the day, I mean, it's right now, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like, we were probably talking, what we were talking the other day. 5G people, I mean, I don't know. What do you think
with the
it could be? The
5G?
5G or a man made virus, of course, that shitty 5G is man made too, but 5G or a man made viral little thingamajiggy that was made and pushed out there. Which one do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I know 5G is not good, period. If it's just not good at all, the 5G.
Point
I don't
blank,
know if
period.
it's causing the coronavirus, but it's just not good. Whether or not it's doing it, it's
It's
gonna
not.
do something to you.
I agree.
So, um, I have no idea. I mean, they're telling us it's coming from an animal. It's crazy right now because the symptoms that people are getting are
Chemo symptoms.
it's all over the place. Like nobody has. I mean, people are saying like no taste, no smell, but then
That's
But then there's some people, and they're saying you're supposed to get a fever, but then there's some people who say that they don't have a fever, like, and they have it. So I don't,
Look,
I don't, I mean, I think it's something that our body is definitely not used to. So everybody's body's gonna fight it off differently. You know, your body's gonna take away from some things that it can. So you
right.
might lose your sense of smell or sense of taste because that's what your body just decided it wanted to do. But
Exactly.
it,
Exactly.
I
And
don't know. It's so confusing because when I hear people speak of their individual experiences, a lot of them have different experiences. Like some people don't get the telltale signs that they're at. There's people who have it and don't have anything, but they're still testing
they're
positive.
walking around passing it, supposedly.
Yeah. So it's
That part
like,
I don't get. Yeah, right.
you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, like everybody said, everybody's immune system acts different. Yeah, you're right. Everybody's immune system does act. So they're gonna have different symptoms. They're gonna have, I don't know.
Like, exactly. So now, question though too that we were going to get to, but how is your social life going during this quarantine time?
I mean, it's going.
I mean, where else could it go? But I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, exactly.
IG. That's it. I can't, it
That's
got
where
me.
it's going to
Yeah,
IG.
I mean, I try to. What I'm trying to do now is every day I try to put a video out to help the people who follow me and those who are at home because I know they can't get to the doctors, they can't get to the PT, they can't get to the chiropractors. People are sitting at home, they're working at their desk, and a lot of the time that creates a lot of back pain. You know, you're not thinking about getting up and walking and stretching, and so I'm just trying to provide people with stuff that they can do at home because I'm a big advocate of, you should be able to self heal yourself. You should be able to fix yourself. A doctor should be
Right.
the doctor should be the last resort. If
Totally.
you've done everything, or if you're in excruciating pain where you can't like get up and it's affecting your quality of life. But for the
Yep.
most part, you should be able to heal yourself because us as human beings, that's what we're supposed to do. That's what our bodies are. They're designed to do. Our immune, like just like in the beginning with the coronavirus, they weren't taking it serious because they're saying our immune system should be able to fight it off. The way our immune systems are built, that this
Correct.
wasn't going to be that big of a deal. So, I'm trying to provide people with as much information as I can because I know they can't get to where they need to get to. And
And
so,
honey, you are definitely helping a whole lot because let me tell you, I go on the page, you see my little hearts there,
yeah.
like. So, and I try the stuff at home, and it definitely does work on what you provide. So, I mean, people, get up on her page, get up on her page, y'all, for real. Like I said, the biggest
And
to the
it's free. I'm
biggest,
not charging. There's some people out here asking for cash apps.
but she will take a donation because everybody
Donations are appreciated always, but
always yes, yes. We all got to eat,
yeah.
whether the supermarket's open or not. We all got to eat. But no, I definitely want to say thank you. You gave a lot of information, and I think that this is, hopefully everybody, this is going to be on for 24 hours, and then it'll be posted as well. It will be on a YouTube page as well. So just stay tuned. If you want to go back, remember this will be on after this interview, and you can always DM her. Oh, somebody says facts. Thanks, Tina. I'm a fan of your work. I'm an athletic trainer, and just to see what you're doing is amazing. Stay safe. Oh,
Thank you.
yes. She's a doll face. So yes, but thank you so much,
You're
and
welcome.
we will, like I said, part 2 is coming. We're gonna talk about it after Corona,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and like I said, sooner or later, I mean, they're gonna push it back again. May 15th is not the last push. There's gonna be many
You
more
think it's,
pushes.
you think it's gonna be another one?
Oh,
Oh,
honey, it's gonna be another one. It's gonna be another pushback, and
yeah. I mean, I just wish everybody would be on the same page and we all do what we're supposed to get to be done with this already. I
I
mean, this is.
no.
I feel like we should have just did that from the beginning. Shut everything down for 2 weeks. No, everything. Give everybody an opportunity to do what they got to do, and then
Actually, 1 month. One bus.
Yeah.
Knock it out.
And just be
Cars.
done. And just be done with it.
Yep. No cars in the street. Well, even though I'm out and about, but no
Mm.
cars in the street. You know what I mean? And this, all the stuff, everything closed.
Well, the
That's it.
other day I had to. What did I have? I had to do something shopping or whatever. But I had my gloves and my my mask on and stuff like that. And it was a nice day. But there was people riding bike. I see people walking in the street, running in the streets with their dogs, like just acting like it's a normal day. And I'm like, mm.
You're like, yep, they got the corona. No, but no, some
No,
people.
no. But I'm
It's
just like, you should be home. Like, I mean, I get it. It's the weather's nice and it's beautiful outside, but like they were just, I mean, they were all 6 feet away from each other, but it was still scary because you never know. The wind could blow, girl, and then what?
honey. Let somebody sneezing at that wind blow.
And they didn't have masks on, so they
Oh,
walking. So
now
you know what
no,
I mean?
yeah. So, honey, you know what that means? They probably walking around with the shit. Excuse my, you know what I mean? And then don't even care.
The wind just needs to blow one way. I think what was I watching? Jada Pinkett, the Red Table Talk,
Uh
and
huh.
the guy was talking about how if the wind blows a certain way and the droplets, you can inhale it. Like he was talking about something like with the measles. Like they had this incident years ago where this guy was playing baseball or something and he was up at the mount and he had the measles. But the people who are in the nosebleed section, all the way up in the bleachers, they end up getting the measles. And they couldn't understand how they got it when they were nowhere near this man. He was like, and
Yo,
they said what happened is that the wind blew and it blew it up it just so happened to blow it up to their section.
see, people do not get nosebleed seats.
So it was just like
No,
in that
but
area. But when I saw that, and then I'm seeing these people walk around without masks, I'm like, you just gotta sneeze one time, and then the person behind you, if the wind blows right,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The same way people, man, it's anything, sneeze or even cough,
yeah,
or laugh, boom, done.
there it goes. Yep.
You said there.
And I'm like, why won't people just listen?
Exactly. I'm there. People like you said. Yep. People won't listen at all. But you know what? My ass is about to get now, and everybody out here zooming. Woo, they zooming. I'm about to go ride with them. But now we want to say thank you, honey,
Yes.
for coming on. Well, we got to have our mascot, our bear. Hold on. He got to dance us out. Hold on.
Wait. Oh, it's cute. Hey,
Hey.
hey, go Teddy, go Teddy.
Hey. Thank you, girl.
You're welcome.
Yes, and everybody, please DM her
Yes, you have any
ASAP.
questions, DM me. I have a bunch of stuff on my page. Just go through it. Back pain, shoulder pain, stuff that you can do on your own to help fix yourself until you can get to the doctors.
All right now. And Teddy, do that little twerk. Hold on, wait for Teddy to
Go,
twerk.
Teddy.
What?
Hey,
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 hey.
back it up, Ted.
Bye, girl.
Bye, baby.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. You're welcome.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Perfect.